friends, it's Bernadette, and I am here with your live readings for this evening. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. Hey, can everybody, oh, hey, Steph, first time to a live. Whoop, whoop, welcome to the Wild Pack. Can you guys just shout out to me on the chat and make sure that you can, I need to know that you can see me and hear me, especially my one dangly earring that's all gone buck wild and out of place. Hey, y'all. So I guess the howdies and the y'all and heys let me know y'all can hear me. Hey, Lily. Hey, John and Dawn. Hey, Alphanumeric 1. Yes, Jetta Jow. All right, so, oh, hey, Alesco Graphics. Yes, wonderful. Okay, so we're just going to wait a minute or two, let folks, I know, and thank you guys that are here again from last week with, that was Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate tech events, but we think we have them worked out now due to the most amazing person in the whole world. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Randy. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Colleen. Hey, LJ. Alan. Hey. So I just have to immediately shout out to the person I can't live without, because if I don't even know what I would do if this person wasn't here. It's Joel, and he is the most amazing tech person ever, and he does so many things. He is my spirit animal pretty much most every week. Hey, Emily. Hey, Heather. Hey, Krista. Julie. Hey, girl. I can smell you from here, Julie. It's essential. I smell you from here. Hey, Randy. Welcome. Hey, Carrie. Welcome. Aru! The mystic with the lipstick. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for loving my pop culture references, because that's another thing I can't live without is pop culture. Thank you, Joel. I wouldn't be looking or sounding great if it weren't for you. Joel Austin, everybody say, yay, Joel! Whoop, whoop! Can we get an ah-woo for Joel? Seriously, y'all, he was having a... Hey, Tracy Ann. Hey, Catherine. He was having a stroke out last week with all the tech stuff, because he's type A Mr. Perfection, and I was like, it's okay, but I was kind of freaking out too. But we think we have it... Hey, Brianna, welcome. Emily, Gabriella, hey, my daughter, Gabriella, there she is. Hey, Maureen. Hey, wow, y'all are coming. Hey, Carol. Oh, my gosh, Carol, it's so good to see you. Y'all, Carol Stellingworth, I can never say that name, Williamson, she's my mom, too. She and I met when I worked for Peter Stone Jewelry back in my first metaphysical days. And, wow, I'm so glad to see you here. So much love to you. Hey, Sue. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Okay, so, I think we're pretty good. Well, if everybody can hear me and everything's good, we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is, before we got on the horn today, I went ahead and I called in all the directions, you know, north, south, east, and west, Father Sky, Mother Earth. I went ahead and blessed us all as a collective. I hope that's okay. I hope you feel blessed. And I hope you feel really deeply rooted and connected to nature and the animals tonight, because let me tell y'all something. We have got a mighty storm front going on in Florida right now. And Bernadette, hey, Pat, the storm fronts always put me in this really altered state of consciousness. I don't even I don't have to do anything. I just got to wake up. And I'm like, and the messages just start flooding in. So, hey, everybody, I'm trying to keep up over here. And I know, right? I'm such a music and movie junkie, too. It's sad. That's what I do with my time, and work with animals. So, but I do want to say that I will do my very best so that you guys don't feel like I'm, like, outing you in the reading. So, I'll keep any, like, deeply personal stuff to myself, and ask Spirit to just go ahead and bring me things that are okay to share in public, but will still be very helpful. I am still looking for the matchstick person, the matchbox person from last week. She popped up in the chat. I couldn't remember her name, and her dad, he's been pinging me all week. But before we get super started, hey, Corby, hey, Amy, hey, Audrey, hey, Lobby, Jenny, yeah. So I have a couple of announcements to make. First of all, serious business, you guys. Thank you so much to Joel. Without him, this would not be possible. And so I want to make another couple of announcements. First of all, I'm so grateful for you guys. I may cry, because so many of you guys pinged me last week and said there were trolls, or you were polite and you asked me, was my team or me, was I chatting you up trying to get you to get private readings or do this or do that? No. Bernadette Bernadette doesn't do that. So if you guys get any kind of PM or private message, or somebody hits you up in the chat or whatever, and they're like, hey, to book a reading with Bernadette or do this or do that, that's not me. If you all want a reading with me, my link is below on YouTube to book a reading specifically with me and the folks that work with me here that help me out and have my back. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm so naive. It never occurred to me people would do that. I was like, people did what? And then, you know, I heard troll. So, which oddly is is one of the mythological creatures in the new book that I have coming out in April. So, in any event, I also want to make a couple of announcements. I'm really blessed to have 3 moderators in here tonight. We have Amy, who is my right-hand person at my company. So Amy Pittman, say hi, Amy. If you guys need anything, she'll be welcoming you, helping me keep an eye on, you know, on questions and alerting me to anything that I need to be alerted to. Also Maureen, for those of you that have joined us at gatheringofmystics.com, you'll see, or if you've looked on YouTube in the comments, Maureen is the one that writes the novels, because she's such an amazing researcher and she's just so deeply connected to all of the symbolism and the cultures. It's amazing. She's here with us tonight. So thank her. She'll be taking a look out and answering any questions that she had or that she has. And then we have Jetta Joe. Jetta Joe has graciously agreed to be a moderator both here on my lives and then also on the Gathering of Mystics forums, which I also want to say thank you so much for those of you that have joined Gathering of Mystics. Wow, I am trying my best. I am trying my level best to keep up with you guys and all the questions and get in there and be more a part of the mix. I will get my time better settled next week. I promise that I will. And so also I'm going to announce a few times during this live about my Kickstarter that starts April 1st, runs through April 30th. It's for the new book, 700 pages. All full color, and there are 300 in-depth descriptions of animals, so each animal has two whole pages. There's just so much in there that you guys will be able to get in deeper connection with the animal allies and nature, and have a much stronger connection to and relationship with. And also I've pledged at least $5,000 to animal charities that fight that work toward the prevention of cruelty to animals, because April is Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Month. And you guys know me, pretty much everything I do it for the critters. So, and just so you know, I announced this on YouTube. I don't know, I don't even, maybe I didn't announce it yet, or I'm gonna announce it, but you guys, we're all critters too. Humans are animals. So when I say I do it all for the critters, I mean me and y'all too. So, all right, let's get started. Hey, Raquel. Hey, Steph. Hey. Oh, Stephanie. Hey. Oh, really? It hit you hard. We're entering into the pool. So, interesting. So, I just pulled a card for the collective. Okay. If you guys are watching my dailies on YouTube, you're just going to crack up because of the horns. So, in the last couple of days, there have been animals with, like, antennas at the top of their head. Most recently, today, it was white buffalo. And, when you're talking about animals that have antenna, or they have plumage on the top of their head, like, feathers, or anything on the top of their head, whether they're mythological or they're real or they're fantasy or whatever, ancient animals, like a triceratops or something like that. It's always a call to pay more attention in your crown chakra to downloading messages from the divine. When you're standing on your head, on your horns, that means it's time for you to pay more attention. Now, interestingly enough, in my deck, the goat is the 6 of Pentacles, which is about balance. So when I was thinking on this card, when I was getting ready for the live, I got to thinking, well, kind of how I see people is, or cards often, if they're in the reversed, is kind of, well, what's the reverse of that animal? Like, what's the fiercest, most amazing thing about that animal? And then what's the most challenging aspect of that animal? And y'all, all I could see were fainting goats. So there's a call, and goats are the most amazing climbers. They only need literally 3 square inches of foot space to be able to climb up. That's why you see those memes and the videos of the goats climbing with their sides up against the mountain, and they're like, ding, 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 up at the mountain they go. It's amazing. So the overall thing, hey Jill, hey Rosa, hey Ma. So the overall thing for tonight for everybody, before I get into the specific reasons or the specific readings, are if you've if you're feeling like your connection to the divine, to the heavens, to angels, all that is, source, whatever you believe in, that you're getting your messages from, if it seemed fuzzy lately, or you're like, gosh, can I really do this? Do I really have the gift? Everybody has it. It's how all nature is hardwired. Trees, y'all, flowers, they're psychic, okay? Every living thing is psychic. And yes, you can. And you've got to turn this card around. If you guys are used to watching my YouTube, you know I sing that all the time because, you know, yes, it might be upside down for you at this moment, at this time, but you can always turn the card around. And that's going to start with your belief in your ability that for whatever it is that you want and whatever it is that you don't want, you know, because when a goat is climbing up a mountain, they'll look, and there might be a step right in front of them, but instinctually they don't step on that step. They step over on that other step because you see, what they've already seen is this step may not lead comfortably to this next higher step, but if they step on the step over that, that will lead more comfortably to the step higher than that, and they won't fall down the mountain and crash and burn, right? And nobody wants to fall down a mountain and crash and burn. Believe me, I've done it. I'm your spiritual crash test dummy. I've done it many, many, many times. So also, again, whatever that thing is that you're not like hearing or feeling from downloading those messages, you can. And it's just got to start with the belief that naturally you're hardwired to do that. And that's also going to give you your balance back. Because, you know, if you think about it, really, if you think about it, in theory, if you stood a goat with horns like this upside down, they might be able to touch their nose to the ground and make like a tripod, like a tripod. But the length of their body is going to make them do this. There's just, I just don't think in terms of science, there's any way that they could balance. And so when you're upside down and you're not listening to spirit, or you don't like what spirit has to say, had one of those today. She just didn't like anything spirit had to tell her, and I didn't either. I felt bad for her, but you know, what are you going to do? So, but we talked about how to turn it around, and she was much better by the end of the reading. So, hey Marcia, hey Audrey. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And Ma, I was really drawn to you when you first clicked in, and so interestingly enough, I've pulled the Roadrunner for you, which is the Knight of Swords. Who doesn't want a dashing knight showing up at their house, right? Okay, so if you take a look at the card, it's courage in action, and it's best of intentions. And when you talk about the Roadrunner, I don't know why I instantly wanted to do this. Do you have somebody in your family that cracks their knuckles a lot? Because I never crack my knuckles ever. It kind of skeeves me out, so I don't do it. But I just wanted to do that. And also, you guys, okay, excellent. So, Ma, if you could please just, when I call your name and I'm doing a reading for you, if you could just jump into the chat real quick. Yesterday the chat was like, or last time the chat was like 15 minutes behind. I don't know what the heck I was doing. You guys were so good to me. Just let me know I'm on the right track, because I'm like a psychic medium bloodhound. I got to know that I'm sniffing the right track. And so, hey Scott, how are you? You actually crack your, okay, stop doing that. It's gross. No, I'm teasing. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Yeah, but don't crack your knuckles. Okay. But here's the thing about Roadrunner that I'm hearing for you. So I don't know you. I know that you comment a lot on my YouTube channel, and I really very much appreciate that. Oh, sorry, one more shout out. I haven't seen her name, but if she shows up, Jetta or Maureen or Amy, could you please let me know when Nikki Anderson shows up? She was so sweet and donated $5 last on Tuesday. Y'all, I didn't even know I could take donations. Joel set it up for me. And I was like, donations? Who left a donation? How did they do that? Apparently you can donate. Who knew? So anyway, so Ma, getting back to your reading very quickly, and we've talked a bit, now I'm going to start to speed through these readings. When a Roadrunner runs, okay, they're fast, and that's awesome, but they leave an X mark where their little feety feet hit the dirt out there in the desert. And when I see this card come for people, and of course the Knight is about courage and action, and he's fast and he's swift and he's accurate, and all of his intentions, all of them come from the deepest place in his heart, like truly altruistic. However, you've got to know, hey, how are you? Nadia, y'all, I'm going to try to get to everybody, but I got to get back to the reading. So, I always feel like when this card comes for somebody upright, they have in their mind an intention where once I do this, once I have this, once I achieve this, once I feel this, once I see this, once I this, then it's the it's the science equation. If this, then that. And I feel like, Ma, there's something that you really, 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 really want to do. Great googly moogly. Oh my gosh, thank you, Erin. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the donation. Wow. Oh wow. Wow, I'm so grateful. Thank you. Oh my God, Tracy Ann, thank you. That's you guys. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. So there's something, Ma, that you really want to do, and in my psychic mind, what I'm hearing is that you haven't really even breathed any of it to anybody. It's just rolling around in your heart. Now is the time for X to mark the spot, and now is the time for you to claim that X, get on that spot, and start moving forward with whatever this thing is that you want to do. And it's going to go very, very well for you because it comes from such a place of goodness. Not even love, yes, but it's just such a good place. Do you know what I mean? Such a good place. So I hope that's helpful to you. And I'm going to move on. I also, there was a Stephanie. The name, is there somebody here named Stephanie, you guys? Because there was a name Stephanie that when I glanced over at the screen, the name lit up for me in like this really hot pink color. Oh, good. Okay, thank you. I'm glad that was helpful. So Stephanie, there you go. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, that's you. Because Stephanie, do you have a thing with the color pink? What's your story with the color pink? Because that's all I can see is like this hot pink. It's fantastic. Ooh. Woof. Okay. So Stephanie, girl, what is it with the horned critters this week? This is craziness. Okay, so Stephanie, you've got the Rhino, the King of Pentacles. That is power and wealth. And, you know, usually when the King of Pentacles is upright, people don't necessarily use the word ruthless with him. Oh, you're holding a rose quartz. Okay, there we go. And that's why they call it psychic. Okay, well, let me tell you something about that rose quartz. I hope that's your favorite stone right now, because that stone, I know I'm messing with my hair, y'all, but I don't even know why I'm doing it, but because I got this lacquered, it's not, even if the storm busts in my window, this hair ain't going anywhere. There's something about that stone that loves you very much, and even though it's a rose quartz, and as rosy as rose quartz can be, there's still not that same hot pink that I saw for you. And so I will tell you, gosh, Risa, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you guys that are donating. That's very kind. I'm so appreciative. Like I said, I didn't even know last week. Risa D'Angelo, thank you. And so there's something about the properties of rose quartz, which of course can have, you know, to do with unconditional love, that kind of thing, that really wants you to step into whatever it is that you love, because that pink is so vibrant. So that's the first message. That's the first message for you today. And the Rhino. So it's interesting that we get a thing of wealth, because I don't know if you come from money, or you're currently making a fair amount of money, or you have plans to make a fair amount of money, but there's something about the subject of actual physical coin, money, that's really important to you, because it's either gone very well for you, is going very well for you, or is going to go very well for you. And the other thing that I'm seeing is, when I start seeing stacks of dollar bills, or $100 bills, or stacks of money piling up, it's always a call with the King of Pentacles to be a ruler of that money, and make sure that even if you, okay, I don't know if you have somebody, thank you, Kelly, that's really kind, thank you so much. I'm Kelly Spirit Animal, Kelly Keeley, thank you so much, you guys, thank you. Ah, hey, Cheryl, how are you? I just don't know. That should have been my channel name. I just don't know. But when you see a king, it really is a time that you really are the king of your own kingdom. And even though kings have lots of different people that help them do things in their kingdom, if they're a good king, they still know where everything is, what everybody's doing. You know, they really are the COO. Oh, thank you, Ma. Oh, that's so kind. Thank you so much. They really do know what's going on. They never lose control of that. And I keep hearing financial advisor. So I don't know if you come from a family that has a financial advisor. I don't know if you have a financial advisor, or this is in the future that you're going to have a financial advisor. But it's going to be very, very easy for you to be the Rhino, and just, it's almost like dig up that money, because that's what they do. You know, animals with horns like that, they dig. And, you know, listen, rhinos are a fairly peaceful lot until you get them all agitated. And I just love them. And the other thing I keep hearing is, good for you, Stephanie. You help your, thank you, Amy. Gosh, you guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Amy Good. Thank you guys for the donations. I'm like so blown away. Thank you. It's taking me out of my zone for a second. So I would say that you are a gift to your friends because you're thick-skinned in all the best ways, and that it's translating in my psychic eye to courageous. And you teach them, you show them the way how to be courageous with your rhino thick skin. I'm sure you're very lovely, and I'm sure your skin is silky soft, but it's a metaphor. You get what I'm saying. So I hope that's helpful. And I am going to, you can see the dollars. Excellent. Me too. And that's from everybody donating. Thank you guys so much. All right, let me, hey Kimmy, how I do my Eric. So, thank you so much. Christine, thank you so much. All right, Eric, I want to know if the universe is in alignment with my desire and need to leave my corporate job. Oh my gosh, can you guys see my face flushing? Oh my gosh, all of a sudden it's so hot in here. Look at that, Eric. Thank you, Steph. Oh my gosh, this is the same card that came up today. I don't know if you guys can see me doing this. I'm not milking a cow. I'm shuffling my cards, but it's a big deck. It's 149 cards and they're big, but oh my gosh, Eric, look at that. So that's the Ace of Pentacles, and that's the blessings of the white buffalo. What is it? Prosperity, divine gifts. And because it's upright, it's not about lost opportunities. And so you're going to have great opportunity with white buffalo standing with you to leave this job. Now, here's the disclaimer. Bernadette is not a financial advisor, and I'm not a medical professional of any kind. All of these readings are entertainment and, you know, right? Emily, your face got hot right before I drew the white buffalo. Yeah, this is crazy. I can't believe it. First of all, let me just tell you guys something. So I can always tell which animals y'all like and you don't, because the views on the YouTube channel and then the opens of the newsletters, they always correspond to what animals y'all like the best. And I call those the sexy spirit animals. Tigers, buffaloes, lions, ravens, owls, that kind of thing. And so white buffalo, those animals, snakes, they hardly ever come out because they know that everybody wants them. Wolves, and they're not trying to be a one-size-fits-all for everybody. The animal allies really want you guys to understand that it can be a fly, it can be a cockroach, and that's going to be sometimes a bigger message for you than a white buffalo. So white buffaloes only come out in my private readings in a year, maybe twice. And then I think way back last year, sometime white buffalo came out. It came out today, but it's come out again for you, Eric. This is craziness. So I hope that you read everything that you can about white buffaloes. I hope you listen to today's video because it's totally germane to you. And I do feel really good about it. Now, psychically, what I'm seeing is you don't have your business plan for your heart-centered business in your mind yet. You're not solid. Oh gosh, thank you, Danny. Thank you so much for the donation. And if I missed anybody, I am so sorry. I'm trying to keep my eye on you sexy thing, yow. Jenna Joe's over here. She's quoting song lines. You know I'm going to sing them if you quote them. So yeah, I'm crying because the rose quartz is for my boyfriend. He has a degree in accounting. We were both working on bettering ourselves. Oh my God, there's the money piling up. Hello, Stephanie. There you go. Okay, so that's why you've got money piling up. Let that boyfriend go out and make you some money, girl. That's what I'm saying. And then tell him y'all need an auntie, and that's me because I'm adoptable. But anyway, so there you go, Eric. Thank you so much for that. And then, okay, who am I? Troll. Hey, Michael Hans. Let me tell you something, friend. Don't do that. Don't do that to my people because, no joke, I work with the animal allies. I will track your energy like a bloodhound, and I will send a swarm of black flies to your house or mosquitoes from Florida or Maine, and that's something you don't want in your life, and they will come. So stop being it. Karma's a real thing, dude. Don't do it. Anyway, Corby Mitleid, I am drawn to you. That's crazy. So my friend Corby, she's been a tarot reader for 1,050 years, although she only looks like she's 30. And she's an amazing tarot reader, you guys. Amazing tarot reader. And I don't... Yo. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. How red is my face? You cannot make it up. I'm here flipping a card for... Corby, the black fly shows up just as she tells me about a troll. Just as I'm like, dude, I'm going to send black flies to you. Oh my God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit animals. Okay, we need a rattle. We need a sacred shaman rattle on that one. That is some craziness right there. Oh my God. This is why I love what I do, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Jules. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, right, for real. You know what? If we get the whole collective of sending them after that old boy, he'll know. He'll know what time it is. Corby, you got my hand shaking now. That's just too funny. Okay, so Corby, for some reason, now I know Corby pretty well, so to draw for her is a really unusual thing, I think, for me to be called to draw for her. But I'm not aware of any kind of pain, Corby. Gosh, thank you, Leslie Ann. Leslie Ann Malik, thank you so much for the donations. I'm not aware of any pains that you normally have in your wrist, but the minute I picked up my cards, I don't know if you guys saw me do that, but I felt this pain zip through my wrist. So if you're having pains in your wrist, man, let me know if I can send you some healing energy. I would very much like to do that. And interestingly enough, I've shuffled this deck about, I don't know, 10 times while I'm sitting here. Corby, this is for you, Black Panther, which is crazy because this morning I did a show. There's a guy that calls himself Tarot with an Attitude. Never really met him before. I've never had a reading with him. I don't know anything about him. He seemed like a really nice guy. And he and his friends live over on the East Coast where I used to live. And he asked me to do his show this morning. It was fun. It was very kind of him to ask. And one of his people that came on there, she got the Black Panther card. Now, what is this with all these major arcana cards coming out? So, Black Panther, Queen of Wands, immense love of life, determination, and altruism. Okay, I know, Corby, that makes sense to me. And when I look at people, they look like a spirit animal. If I were going to pick a spirit animal for Corby, she's very much attached to crows and ravens. That's her thing. I've always thought she looked like a Black Panther. I've always thought that. But who, you know, that's me. That's how she appears in my mind's eye. Her spirit totem and power animals are her thing, right? But Corby, what's crazy about this is like the White Buffalo. This is one of those cards that doesn't show up very often, because the energy is so fierce, it's so powerful. And of course, everybody wants a Jaguar or a Black Panther or whatever to come out. But here's what I know. Okay, Black Fly. I'm so glad this lives on YouTube. I'm going to take a clip of this Black Fly thing. I'm going to put it in every video I do. It's going to take me a long time to get past that. But listen, so I know Corby, and she's written 2 very, very beautiful books, Clean Out Your Life Closet, and then Corby, forgive me, I'm not thinking of the name of the other one, but it's an amazing book. Nobody else has got anything out there like it, where you learn how to, you know, work on the circuit and ask people questions, you know, to get the best reading prize. She's amazing. So when I look at this Queen of Wands, whenever I see wands or swords, that's always, God, Stephanie, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you for the donation. Stephanie Tipton, thank you. It is a call for people to do sacred scribing. They're writing, right? When I know Corby's in the middle of another book. So what I'm wondering is, and you never saw anybody that loves life like Corby does. My God, she can have fun watching snow drop. She can have fun doing anything. She can turn anything into the biggest barrel of laughs. It's nuts. But I am true, and we haven't talked, I don't know, in months and months and months about your book. But what I am hearing is that whatever this is that you're writing, don't be afraid to go into the shadow work. So I don't know if you're if you are putting any shadow work in your book. I know that you're writing about Corby, punch in here the Psychic Yellow Brick Road. Thank you, Corby. And also, Corby, punch in here this new book that you're writing. What's the working title of it? Because what she's doing is penning this really amazing help book about what to do, you know, post COVID and all of that kind of thing. And hey, Jamie, hey guys, Jamie, hey San. Jamie is the big reboot. It's a new book, and I'll get to this, the shadow work, in just a minute. But Jamie Collins, Jaroseki, guys, I want to give a special shout out to her because she's the head zookeeper out at Mystic Jungle here, just about an hour from my house in Gainesville, Florida. And all of those images and video that you saw of the first Kickstarter with the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, they were gracious enough to let me film there, and she and I just became soul sisters, and it's just been this love affair ever since. She has done more for animals. I just, her heart, I don't even know how she hides it in that tiny, tiny little body of hers. So anyway, I'm so glad to see you here. So, oh, the pain in the wrist. Okay, Tanya, well, dang, that hurts. All right, I'll get to you next, Tanya. If the pain is that acute, I'll get to you next. So, also, Corby, with the Black Panther and the big reboot, I really do think you're being called to put at least something in there about shadow work. And take it for what you will. I'm not telling you how to write your book, but I really believe that's the case. So, hey Jennifer from New Hampshire. I love it. All right, so Tanya, I'm going to pull a card for you. Tanya, is it okay if I pull a card for you based on what I know this morning or know from earlier? It's just like setting an intention. I'm going to assume that's a yes. Okay, girl. What is this with you all, these ladies today, and the big cat energy coming? Okay, so Tanya, you got a cougar, and that is all about motherhood and reverence, and yes, it's about sensuality. But I asked specifically for clarity on what it was that we were talking about, and this came out. Not a card I would have imagined. So what I think Cougar is telling you, we're going to talk on that shadow stuff. Okay, cool. I know, Amy. Who doesn't love cats? I got 5 of them myself. I wish they were all cougars. That'd be cool. Not really. They belong in the wild. But in my dreams. So I keep feeling, and if you take a look at this, right? So the cougar is standing on a rock at the top of what we presume is a mountain or a hill, and it's overseeing everything. And with the feminine divine, the goddess energy, you know, is taking a look at the landscape as a whole and making decisions that will be best for everyone. And that's what mothers do. That's what that's what Mother Gaia does. That's what the feminine divine energy does. And and so it's but cougar is not like it. It's not like other big cats. The energy is a little more quiet, a little more reserved, until they scream. Because a cougar is the same thing as a Florida panther. And if you've never heard a Florida panther scream, it'll light you up from the inside out, because it sounds just like a woman who's being murdered. No joke. The screams that you hear in the movies and television sounds just like that. The guy that's working on my patio in the back right now, I can't wait till he's done so I can have a fire ceremony for you guys. His ringtone on his phone is a scream. And he sent me sailing out my door with 911 dialed on my phone the first day he did work here. I was like, never again. But there's something about this big scream for you, Tanya, that don't scream like that, but do scream like that. The intention that I see you carrying forth is, well, interestingly enough, because silkworm also fell out for you, I feel like you will make that scream, but it will come out like silk, if that makes any sense. Okay. All right. So let me, Lisa, it's streaming also to all of my pages on Facebook, on my personal page, Bernadette Carter King, and then the Arc Tarot deck, and then What is My Spirit Animal, Wise Witches and Witchcraft, and the Arc, dirt. Okay. Okay. Is there, I thought I saw, I'm scrolling back through here, y'all. I could swear I saw somebody named Julie. Is there a Julie or a Jewel something? I saw it because I was like, is my sister on this chat? And her name isn't Julie or Jules, but that's what she goes by online. And I was like, is she not on this chat? Anyway, that's her handle on everything. But I really feel like this is for the Julie or the Jules or whatever. Interestingly enough, I've got a rooster for you, 3 of Wands. Now, if you take a look at that, that is a very important card. So important because, yes, our rooster's about crowing and showing your true colors and being proud, yes. But it's also about rising and shining. And when I draw this card, this reading is not about me, right? It's about everybody. And let me just say this, you guys. You may or may not be jiving with your particular reading or what's coming out at the time. But there's always a golden nugget in everything for everybody. There might be just one word. There might be just a feeling that comes over you. So I hope you're paying attention to everybody else's reading, because it will be some powerful stuff for you too. Now, the reason why I say these readings are about y'all and not about me, even though we're all in this together, and of course it does have to do with me and so on and so forth. Oh my God, Louise, all the way from the other side of the world. Hello, I met Louise at Arthur Findlay College a couple of years ago. She lives on the other side of the world, and every day of her life is spent helping people that are, I don't even know. I can't even describe it. So, this card is very personal because my mom used to say to me, rise and shine. That's how she would get me up for school every morning. And if I were down or, there was something tragic going on, she'd go, hey, rise and shine. And then it would be followed with, jerk yourself up by your bootstraps and let's get moving. Somebody out there's got it worse than you. Let's go, stop crying. Or some iteration of that. So when I see this, yes, it's about those things, but it's not just about rising or crowing, but it is about shining. And it's about realizing that you can't, and I'm talking to the air like I know who this Jules or Julie or something is. Oh, you saw Jules? Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Jetta Joe. I know I saw it because it lit up blue. In my mind, in my psychic mind, I went, that's an interesting color of blue. Okay, so I this is for you. And when you're talking about the Three of Wands, it again, it's about the foresight. And that is about understanding that if you're down and out at the moment, it's okay. A new day is going to dawn tomorrow. Because what do they say? As surely as the sun will rise again. And I think that's pretty good. We could probably trust in that, unless there's a rainstorm coming or a snowstorm's coming. But the sun is still up there somewhere, right? The zombie apocalypse hasn't happened yet. And so I'm going to leave you with that. And we're going to, that's interesting. And this is, yeah. So, okay, you're welcome, Tanya. Okay, so also, give me just a second. I'm trying to hear this name. Thank you. Okay, Christine. Let me tell you something. I'm going to get to you, and I want to be really clear to people. I really, again, I didn't even know you could take donations on. Who knew? And I appreciate people who leave donations, but I love you and I appreciate them, but that's not going to guarantee you a reading. But the reason I'm calling Miss Beckett out is because she regularly comments. I can't remember if it's on the forums or the YouTube channel, but literally just a day or two ago, I saw her name, and all of a sudden I saw all this medieval scenery and whatnot. And I was taken back in medieval times for her. And I don't just randomly message people and say, hey, I think I have a reading for you. I don't do that. But she's on here now, and I'm still feeling that feeling of like medieval times. And so, Miss Beckett, oh, Emily, I'm sorry. I wonder if, I know, right, Molly? We're on tornado warning right here now. It's crazy go nuts. I'm still feeling like you have a connection to medieval times. The jousting and the dresses and the castles and the whole nine yards. So I don't know what that means for you. I don't know if you've been doing past. Hey, Panda. I don't know if you need like you've been doing a past life thing and going there. I don't know if your heart is just kind of knowing that you want to be there. Who knows? You may have gone to dinner at medieval times and had the best time of your life. If you've got one wherever you live, like we do in Orlando. But interestingly enough, the crab came for you today inverted. Now, when you talk about standing a crab on its head, and again, you're talking about another animal with the antenna that point up to the sky, and you're talking about, the crab relates to the sign of Cancer, and Cancers are just the most sensitive people. God love y'all. Y'all are so sensitive. And when you get scared, and and I'm not saying you're a Cancer, Miss Beckett, Christine, I'm not saying that you're scared. What I am, or that you're a Cancer zodiac sign. What I am saying is that there's something I feel like is either about to, or has got you scurried back in your shell doing this to see if it's safe to come out. It's gonna be safe. It really is gonna be safe. You're going to have to decide that it's safe, and you might have to make it safe, but with just a little bit of time, it's going to be safe. And the other thing that I'm hearing is, I think you're very independent, very self-sufficient, but I do feel like there's a group of people that maybe you might be glomming onto a little bit more than you should, and you're not getting what you need at this moment from them. Meaning, where you're headed when you turn this card around, you're going to have outgrown them, and you're going to see past. You're going to, oof, woo, Stephanie, do you practice mediumship? I am lighten up. Holy cow. I feel like you're going to turn around and take a look at that group and be like, thank you very much. I bless you so much for recognizing that. And you're not going to have any ill will towards them. You're just going to understand you've got to go to the next level. So I hope that's very helpful. Okay, Panda, just real quick, I'm going to pull a power animal for you, okay? I'm focused on what is... Okay, Panda, I don't have one in my deck. I do have a whale in my deck, but when I went to my mind's eye, I saw an orca. So I'm telling you, that's your power... It's Panda's power animal, and I'm telling you, it's not a mind trick, because you go by Panda, and pandas are black and white. It's not a mind trick. I'm not associating pandas with orcas. I'm telling you that the minute I shut my eyes and called in power animal, it went to orca. So I would look that up, and everything that orca entails. One of which is listen. there isn't an animal in the animal kingdom that likes to be trapped. Let me just tell you now. I've got to believe that those of you that are out there, you're all empaths, you're all psychic, you're all very sensitive, very generous, very kind people, that you, if you didn't love animals, you wouldn't be watching me. God knows, I'm sure you got better stuff to watch. But your love for animals is what brings us together. And so I will tell you in particular that large animals, whales, dolphins, that kind of thing, I don't care how big those tanks are, they hate every second of it. And I feel like you're trapped with something, and you're going to need to call on orca energy to help get you out. Okay, Panda, I hope you heard that. Power animal, focus on orca. So also I want to say this. Over the last month, maybe month and a half, maybe 2 months. Not that the time matters, but animals that are not in my deck have been showing up. And that is why in the book, because I'm going to plug the Kickstarter again, it starts April 1st. You guys, for those of you that helped me with the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, that came a best-selling, history-making phenomenon in the tarot industry. I mean, certainly in the spirit, totem, power animal space. We raised almost $50,000 on that Kickstarter. You'll see like close to 42 on the Kickstarter. But then for those of you that are interested in running your own Kickstarters for whatever, there's a back-end software you can use called BackerKit. And it does ancillary sales of different things after Kickstarter. You'd be amazed how many people are like, oh God, I meant to go in and buy this and this and I didn't, but they can buy it through that. That's where we got literally like $100 shy of $50,000. My goal is to raise $100,000 for this book, 700 pages. It is the definitive work on the subject of spirit, totem, and power animals. No other book out there has everything delineated as spirit, totem, and power animals. They don't have 300 animals, and they certainly don't have 300 animals that have 2 pages devoted to them with in-depth descriptions. There's usually like a couple of paragraphs and on you go. It's not like that. This is for people who truly love animals, who truly want to deepen their relationship with animals and nature. And there's tons of tutorials, and I'm in the process of creating and filming three free classes to go with it. The ARC comes with 6 free classes. This book is going to come with 3 free classes. Anyway, so all of that said, animals that are not in my deck have been showing up, and I really love that because that's good for y'all. But that's exactly why, along with the ARC book, when we meet our stretch goals, we have a book that's all about domestic cats with 35 different domestic cats, and then a book that's 35 domestic dogs. Very cool. And then who knows, I might do something else. Okay, now this is crazy. Emily, where are you, Emily? I keep seeing your name pop up. Okay, everybody's saying so sorry. I am sorry. I don't know what they're sorry for, but I'm sorry too. But here's the interesting thing. So Dragonfly has come out. Now, earlier on that fella's show that I did, Rob, the Tarot with an Attitude fella, Dragonfly was a big deal and a big part of that of his show today for a number of different reasons. But that's the 8 of Wands, and that's about optimism and speed, and I always associate, and I'm getting it now. Do you have some connection to the fairy kingdom, to the fae folk? Do you hide that maybe you like believe in fairies like you shouldn't, because they're woodland creatures, for goodness sake, and I always say this, people are like, somebody pinged me on that guy's show earlier today, and he's like, so can you talk to a Sasquatch? I was like, yeah, I can, and so can everybody else, because it's a thought form. Once you have something in your head, in your heart, and you transmit it into the universe with emotion, that's it. It's real. It's a tangible thing. You know how many people through the years, through the decades, through the millennia have looked for the great, the Yeti, the Sasquatch, the abominable snowman? I don't have any data for this, but I'm going to guess millions. I mean, y'all, no joke. After my Kickstarter, I am headed to the aquarium in Atlanta, where they let you swim with whale sharks, giant sea tortoises, and giant manta rays. Oh yes, for those of you that didn't see me swim with the manatees, you can watch that video. But oh yeah, they're gonna drop me in that tank. I'm gonna sink like a weight, and I'm just gonna sit there and go, oh my God, I knew I was from Atlantis. I knew it. I knew I was a mermaid. I've always known I was a mermaid. So yes, on the way, there's actually a Sasquatch museum. On the way, a 2,400 square foot museum filled with Yeti lore. And so, yes, I'm going, and yes, they're real. And so, Emily, I feel like you've got some connection to the fairy folk. Did I see Angie Mayo on here? Angie, I look fabulous, darling. Thank you. Oh, Kitty, I'm sorry. Well, no wonder the fairy folk are with you now, because you do need to believe in the magic again. Oh my gosh. But here's the thing, it's about optimism. So let me just say that I work with a lot of bereaved people. I got my start in doing this as an evidential medium. So from the out of the gate, I was working with bereaved people. And my job is to give them the messages that are for their highest and best, and not not couch the images or the messages or sugarcoat the message to help them through their bereavement. That's what bereavement people are for, bereavement counselors, that kind of thing. I would be a terrible bereavement counselor because I would just do nothing but bring you food and crack jokes. That's like, I've got no coping skills for that. That's what we do in my family. We joke and we eat. So, but I will tell you that the optimism transcends the cat. And what I'm feeling is the cat passing is kind of the icing on the cake, meaning that was just that one other big thing that kind of put you in a place where you were a little bit almost already there. And it doesn't have anything to knowing with Kitty was sick or, you know, however that manifested. But it is something about that. And so I would really encourage you to remember that dragonflies are thought to have once been dragons. And I believe that. I believe that once upon a time there were these great, powerful beings. And for whatever, I mean, because there's a lore about that in so many different cultures. And that for whatever reason, they're here because dragons don't fly in our reality anymore that we have found yet. I'm sure we're going to find them. But it's time for you to understand that from great loss can come the most beautiful, magical things. Because let's face it, if once upon a time you were a dragon and then you decided for whatever reasons or however it came to pass that you went through everything and now you're a butterfly, now you're a dragonfly. I don't know why I want to say butterfly. Maybe it's butterflies you have something to do with. I love that, Molly. I love that. So I would say there's something about that. Remember who you are. And remember that whether you're that big, giant, strong dragon breathing fire, or you're bringing oh gosh, I'm getting choked up, or you're bringing so much love and glittery hope and magic and fairy folk, you know, to the world, it's okay. And you're okay. And everybody's okay. And your kitty's okay. And it's all okay. Truly, truly, truly it is. But again, your bout with being unhappy, you know, I'm not a doctor, maybe a little bit depressed, maybe going through a little bit of a dark time, that predates Kitty. And so you've got to look to dragons and dragonflies to help you out of that, young lady, and out of it you shall be. Okay. Okay, listen now. Okay, so here's how this happens, you guys. So Kimmy Nielsen says, holy cow, are you talking to me? Emily was my nickname from my deceased best friend, and my cat did pass unexpectedly and tragically. Now, let me tell you how these things work. I don't know how many, you're for real welcome, Panda. Oh, you're so welcome, Emily. Oh, you're so welcome. I mean every word of it. My agreement with the Animal Allies is I only ever tell the truth. And if you guys knew me in real life, you know that's all I tell is the truth. A lot of people hate me for it. But that's how it happens when you have a group of people. Like if you guys ever watch other psychics that do, you know, lives. I think Corby does lives. I'm pretty sure she does lives. She can put it in the chat what time her lives are on her channel and everything. And so you can give a message and you may say, well, it's for this person, but then another person go, oh my gosh, just like has just happened. But that's how spirit works, you guys, especially the animals. They want to get to everybody. You guys have to understand, we don't have to do anything. I don't even know why I said that. I really believe the reason I was called to this space is there was a fellow named Ted Andrews once upon a time, and I'll bet most of you guys have his book, Animal Speak, and then he wrote an amazing book, Nature Speak. He was really the first person to bring the totem animals, the spirit animals, to the mainstream. And he was just such an amazing man that did falconry, and he just had the gentlest soul. God, I can't say enough good things about him. I never got to meet him, but when you talk to hundreds and hundreds of people and they all have something nice to say about somebody, you know that person was the real deal and nice. Well, once he passed away, sadly, way early, there was like a hole in this market for, you know, gosh, like 13 years. And when I got the call to do this, I was like, what? Because I knew I would be following in Ted's shoes. And I just didn't feel equipped to that, even though I've been working with animals, rescue, you know, pick something you can have to do with animals, pick an animal. I've probably done it. Although I've never met an elephant, but I'm fixing to. We have an elephant sanctuary, not 45 minutes from me, and I'm trying to arrange it with them right now to meet Luke, who is the size of and looks like a true mastodon. So I'm trying to work that out. But there is, Does that mean I should open up and practice mediumship? Yes, it absolutely does. Yes, ma'am, Stephanie Tipton, it absolutely does. You should open yourself back up fully as you are comfortable doing. As you are comfortable doing. Okay, so I I will tell you that these messages could be right on the money. Again, it could be one word. It could be the way somebody pinged me Tuesday night and was like, "Were you channeling my mom?" And I was like, "I don't know. Everybody calls me Mama Bear." And she was like, "There, you made a facial expression." She said, "I could have sworn it was my mom's face." I was like, "I'm sure she was a lovely woman." So anyway, okay, Jamie. I call her Jamie Jurassic Park. But Jamie Collis Jarasek, I hope you're still here. I'm drawing a card for you. Okay, now interestingly enough, Jamie, I know that there's a shift coming for you. I don't know when, because you don't know when, but okay, weird, but here it is. So Jamie, I pulled the Kiwi card for you, and it's literally the last card I would have ever thought would come out for you. But this is an Australian animal, and so I'm wondering, do you have some kind of if called to? Let me see, Carolyn. I'll see. Let me see whose name lights it up for me next. Spaghetti, Tanya. Hey, Jamie. So do you have something for Australia? Like you want to spend time in Australia, maybe live in Australia or something? And I don't know that this is so much about the bird. Is it so much about awareness and psychic energy and Australia? And there's something, oh, you're definitely down for Australia. Okay, now listen, don't make it fit though. Is it something you've already dreamed of? Oh, sorry. SS says Kiwi is New Zealand, not Australia. So we'll make it both. Because I heard Australia. But if New Zealand is correct, that's the correct thing. Thank you for letting me know. But right, got it, Gemma. I've corrected that. Sorry, y'all. New Zealand, and I'm not saying New Zealand and Australia are the same country. They're not. Please, you Aussies, don't haunt me. It's not. But there's something about uh, there's something about this for you, about that area, and I could be wrong. It could very well be New Zealand, and I feel like it's like you have to make it happen. It's almost like if you do nothing else in your life, I mean, other than, be a great mom, let you already are, and do things for animals, like it's you, it's calling you. And there's also something about your psychic awareness that is really calling me for you that, I know you're psychic, but I don't know that you live it out loud or you open up to it enough. And you're going to be called to do that because I just keep seeing all this paperwork in front of you. And I feel like there are documents, legal probably documents, agreements that are going to come up for you. If they're not already there, it's a very short time and you're going to really, really need, you may even get a lawyer to look at them. That's fine. They may look at the jargon of this or whatever, but you're really going to need your psychic awareness because the devil is in the details. The devil is in the details. Okay. I really hope that's helpful. Okay. So, I'm going to scroll just back up really, here. I saw somebody else's name that lit me up. Let me just ask, because I'll never find it again. And thank you guys for showing up. This is exciting. I'm hoping it's helping everybody. I will, Louise. I'll get to you in just a second, but I want to, thank you, Stuart. I'm so glad you love the cards. And to those of you guys that might be on the live tonight, I literally have like 26 phone calls I have to return. I'm getting to them. I am. And I have, Amy is helping me and we're getting to them as fast as we can, I promise. And so, hey, Derek, Ohio, former Gainesville. So, if there's somebody out there for whom burnt orange, kind of like the color that I'm wearing now, like a brick or that you see in my mandala, if burnt orange is your thing, it's like your color, can you ping me? Can you ping and tell me who you are? That's all I can see is somebody that's got a mania for, hey, Susanna from Gainesville, go Gators. I feel like this is for you. And then Louise, it's interesting that you never ever ask for anything. You got to get over that. But you never asked for a card or anything. And it's interesting. Last week, I don't know why, but I woke up in the morning. You were the first person I thought of. I was like, you know what? I got to ping her on Facebook. Wait, burnt orange. Steph. Okay, didn't I just do a reading for you, Steph? Y'all, I'm in channel mode. I will not remember your names. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with my age. I just. Oh, I'm glad, Rebecca. I'm glad you're having fun. Okay, so Louise, you've got Fox, And that's the Knight of Wands. And that's about four. Oh my God, we were just talking about burnt orange. Dirt. Okay. Gotcha, Steph. Okay, I'll get to you in just a second with the burnt orange. Steph L, I'll get to you. So, I I want to tell you something that is like fun and the fox is the trickster and the this and the that, but I'm getting a feeling that it's more serious than that. And what I'm getting a feeling of is that you literally have to be smart as a fox at this moment in your life. I feel like there are eyes that are watching everything you say and everything you do, and that's not cool because, I don't know you, but what I do know of you, having met you and spent a week with you at Arthur Findlay, and then talking about animals so much with you, and then, subsequently, we've chatted a few times over the last couple of 2-3 years on Facebook, very briefly. I know that you're a person of honor. I just know it. I know it in my psychic heart. I know it in my third eye. I know it. And so these eyes shouldn't be looking at you, and bad on them. You want me to send some cockroaches over there? I will. And I just feel like you've got to be smart as a fox at this moment, and you'll know when to come out of hiding. I'm not sure what that means, but you'll know when to come out of hiding. Okay. I'm trying to hear if I see anything else. Okay, Louise, I'm hearing 222, and when I hear 222, that always means like somebody's going to move from here to there. They're one of the dual signs: a Gemini, a Libra, a Pisces, or some other variant of two. But I keep hearing, and it might mean a location in a business. Is there another location of where you live? Because I want to call it an ashram, but you don't live in an ashram. Hey, Jill. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yay. I have a question about a certain relationship. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, great. I'm glad you can take that. Do you understand about where do you live again? It starts with a B. It's not, and I don't want to say yurt because it's not a dang yurt either. But anyway, it is. Thank you, Derek. I'm glad you have the deck. I hope it's helpful to you. Where you live, is there another location or another bunch of land that you guys have gotten that's gonna, a kibbutz? That's it, a kibbutz. Is there something else with a two, another that, let me just, there's got to be something about two. So I don't know if you're thinking about moving or they're adding an addition to the kibbutz or what they're doing, but I keep seeing expansion and a second location, if that makes sense. Can y'all excuse me? I got to turn my fan on. With my mediumship, I got dead people starting to show up, and I want to make sure you guys get these messages. But I got to be able to breathe. So there's that. Okay. Okay. So the Steph that says it wasn't the Steph that I got before. Yes, I will draw a card for you. Okay, that's interesting. So we were just talking about two, weren't we? So here's the blue-footed booby, which is the Two of Swords. And see how the blue-footed booby is looking at you like this? That's because in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, the Two of Swords is this poor old gal. She's sitting there with her swords crossed and her blindfolds on. But the thing about those blindfolds is they're not folded. They're not tied really tight. So she's in a darkness of her own making. She's just in a blindness of her own making. She could just shake her head like that, and those blindfolds would fall off any time. And then she's got two swords, and she can get all kind of ninja up in there, and she could slice and dice and do whatever she wanted, but she's just sitting there immobilized. And Blue-Footed Booby came to say, don't do that. Stop that. Stop that right now. Because the words are, if you can see them, Two of Swords, indecision, and information overload. And that may be the thing. You just may have so many choices right now that you're considering. You're wearing a burnt orange hat. Okay, Erna. Thanks. Thanks, Ajadal. I know. Breathe. You just may have so many choices in front of you that you feel paralyzed. That's the word. You feel paralyzed. Well, here's the thing about that. So the blue-footed booby, they're not great flyers, but they're pretty good swimmers. And so really what you've got to turn your attention to, I'm being told, is what element you feel most comfortable in. And what that means is all of these choices in front of you, if you will give them elemental labels, This thing that I could make a decision to do or not do is fire. This thing that I could make a decision to do or not do is water. This, and do that. And remember, 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, spirit. That's going to help you decide which element you're going to fit best in, which element is going to be, oh, thank you. When I first started reading and I had my store here in Gainesville, I would read 10 and 12 hours a day. I was a nut, just a nut. But I would say that if you'll give them the assignment of the elements, you'll be able to know which decision you're going to make, and you'll stop being the lady with the crossed swords, and Blue-Footed Booby won't have to look like dirt to you anymore, and you can just go on about your merry business, and it'll all be great. Because one of the other things I'm hearing is this Steph or Stephanie or whichever you are, honey, is you're really smart. I think book learning is a little bit of a challenge for you, just a little bit, but man, when it comes to like common sense and understanding a total situation or being able to see the resolution of a situation way before other people do, you're the shiz. So good on you, and good luck to you. Okay, actually it lights me up, Jasmine. It's like, this is how I get my energy, is to do this, because listen, I get to step into all right, listen. This has come again. I think Erna, this has come again a second time. I don't know why I ignored it the first time like a schmuck, but I did. I'm sorry, spirit animals. I get jazzed because I get to step in you guys' energy. And as a true Southerner, I'm going to take a sip of my iced tea. Pardon me. Hope I don't choke on it. And, okay. That's funny. Well, if you miss doing readings, Mystic with Lipstick, then start doing readings again. See? How easy was that? Who was it that said they were wearing an orange hat? Was it Erna? Erna. Yeah. Okay. So, burnt orange hat. Girl, you got burnt orange on your crown chakra? Woo! I'm afraid of you. Okay. Erna, do you have a temperature right now? Not because you're wearing a hat or you're hot, but are you running a little bit of a temperature, or did run a little bit of a temperature earlier or something? I just feel like your head is a little warm. But anyway, and not because of the hat. Okay, so listen to this, Erna. All right, so listen. Your card that's come out is sheep. And again, with the horned animals, when I step into you, because I'm drawn to you more psychically, Erna. Yes, the animal is tipping me off, but I'm drawn into you psychically. And I'm wondering, Erna, do you do a lot of work with angels? Because all I can see is everything like angelic floating around you. And it may not be the physical angels, but it's the feeling of angels. And it's almost like, and you comment on YouTube all the time. I don't know that I would have ever personally gotten from your words with what you comment that this is part of you, but I just feel like you are so deeply kind and so deeply gentle. And there's a call for you now. I keep hearing the word hospice. So I don't know if there's somebody that you know that you are. Bye, Audrey. Thank you so much. Bye. Hope to see you again. I don't know if there's somebody that you are attending to, or is going to have to that they're having a problem. And and their time is coming, and they're going to eventually have to go into hospice or something. But I just keep seeing that your kindness and your gentleness and your compassion, it's making me feel like I just want to melt and just like lay down and have you rub my hand. It's just like, it's so beautiful. So really, I don't know, this really isn't a reading, Erna, so much as it's a shout out from the animal spirits, and it's a shout out from the heavens, from the divine, to thank you so much for the work that you're doing in this world. That it just takes such a, it's not even brave, it just takes somebody that's just so full of love to come here and do the kind of hard work that you do, and constantly stay untarnished and undented and just gentle and compassionate and kind at every turn. So God, thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for signing up for that sacred contract. I sure hope this was helpful, Erna. And I just am still getting the fever thing. So I don't know where you are and what you're doing, but you gotta unfever yourself. Okay. All right. So let me go back and see. Is there somebody here that has a name like Pug? Like Pug Dogs or I don't know what it was. Pew Pug, something like that? Pew Pug. Man. Okay, maybe it wasn't a person with the name. Michelle, I'm so glad to know that. Michelle Greening King says she's done a couple of readings with the Ark. Um, and she can't believe how much info and wildly accurate. I know, you guys, because animals don't play. You can almost not do anything and just show up and flip cards. The animals are going to do work for you. Somebody's got a pug dog. If it's not the name, whoever it is, it's got a pug dog, like the one with the smashed in face, like, like from the Galaxy Defenders. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, y'all, with Will Smith. Ooh, the great love of my life, Will Smith. He's so fabulous. Lord, what's that movie, y'all? You know the movie. You have a pug, Leslie. Aha! All right, Leslie Ann, this is for you. You've got a pug. Excellent. Okay, Emily's had a black pug. Okay, Emily, that might be the nope, gotta be a pug, Angie. Men in Black, thank you, Amy. Thank you, John and Don. God, how could I not remember it? I just watched number 3 the other night. So Emily, that might be your pug that's showing up in spirit, because remember I started to get hot. I was like, the spirits are around. And Leslie Ann, this will also be for you. This will also be for you. Okay, so interestingly, I've pulled a Scorpion, 9 of Wands inverted for you both. Now, when you take a look at the when you take a look at this card, you know, Scorpions can be this big or they can be this big, and people are deathly afraid of them. Just deathly afraid of them. But really, when you take a look at the 9 of Wands, and you really see what that card means, really at the end of the day, it's about bravery. And that means true bravery. And, you know, it's interesting this card should come up, because I was just having a conversation about this with somebody, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And we were talking about, you know, people throw the hero word around a lot. And I take that word very seriously, and I take bravery very seriously, because we can talk about it, but you just never know what you're going to do in a truly emergent situation. Case in point, some years ago when I had my store, and this story is relevant for everybody, I think, because these times that we're living in call for us all to be very brave. I truly believe that it does. And when I say bravery, I really mean down to deciding not to fillet with your words the person who's being a jack, you know what, you know, that's in a store or this or that or whatever. Night Panda. Or you still are reeling from losing your job because of the pandemic. For those of you that don't know me yet, I call the pandemic a pandemic. And so there's really a true call to bravery, not throwing that word around and not throwing the word, you know, the word hero around. But some years ago, we were coming back from doing a big book thing in Orlando. And it was the dead middle of the night. And it was dark on I-75, because it's pitch black on I-75. And we pulled over to get gas about 15 miles from Gainesville. And I'd been driving. I had a little PT Cruiser with a little cloth, you know, a little purple PT Cruiser with a cloth top. It was so cute. And I know now what prompted me. I turned around, I said to one of my business partners, I said, listen, I am so tired. I don't feel safe driving us back to Gainesville. It's only 10 or 15 minutes. You're 15 years younger than I am. Would you 10 years, would you please drive? Yeah, no problem. So we had pulled back on the interstate. We weren't on the interstate 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I heard kabloosh. And it was like everything happened in slow motion. I turned around, and a giant semi had plowed into the back of a van that none of us saw because they didn't have their lights on. And for whatever reason, the van burst into flames, the semi burst into flames, and I'm watching this giant semi like a hand was pushing it sideways straight toward us. And I'm in a PT Cruiser with this little beautiful little girl that was one of my business partners. And so this is a point for everybody. So I'm an emergency responder. I went to fire college as a kid, little known facts about Bernadette. And so I was like, Erica, swerve to the left, go to the median. And she's like, yeah. We swerved and we hit that median and we came to a dead stop. And it was like another hand, and I now know it was the hand of God, came and started pushing that semi back the opposite way. It never toppled, it never rolled. It simply skidded across the pavement like somebody doing that. And it ended up on, and all of a sudden the cab. And I'm like, so I get out of the car. I'm like, Erica, are you okay? And she's like, yes. And now we hear this lady screaming from this van. I rush around there because she's the first one I could get to. This ginormous gal's like coming out of this van like molten lava. She's just, she's going down to the ground. A fella looms up beside me. I'm like, you got her? Yes. I look across and I am jetting. And I've got my cell phone with me because now I'm calling 911, right? So my phone is ringing, 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 ringing. I get over there and there's this guy standing there. He's smoldering. He's in flames. He's like, help me, help me. And I'm like, I take him down to the ground. I roll him and the flames are going up. I finally get him and he could feel those burns immediately. Y'all, he was in such pain and he was so scared. But he managed to make it out of the truck. So running up beside me are two college boys with their little trucks. And all of a sudden there was a big, see, I'm already getting sweaty about it now. But all of a sudden there's this big explosion and this truck was going to go up. I mean, go up. And it would have taken us with them. So these boys took off. I'm looking at those young boys like, okay, all right. So I grabbed this fella, I put his arm around my neck, and I've never been a runner, y'all. I'm relentless, but I am not fast. And I get him out, and fortunately the truck never blew up like that. But I got him, and he was in such shock. Now I'm talking to him. Sir, what's your name? Tell me about your family. Do you have any pets? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite? I'm like, just doing anything. Sir, stop looking at the truck. Look at me. What's your name? What's your name? He told me 50 names before he actually got to his name. Now I'm calling his family. It was taking forever for things to get there. Well, when all that got taken care of, I had literally 35 messages on my phone from one of our other business partners who said this: you don't worry about anybody else, because what happened was when all that happened, all these cars just drove through the debris. There was nothing they could do. They couldn't see it until they were up on it. They had to drive, and debris was flying everywhere and flames are shooting everywhere. Now the pine trees are up and I'm like, okay. And that's all she wanted me to do, was me and Erica to just leave. Now, not everybody has been to fire college and not everybody is a first responder, but goodness gracious, shouldn't you help somebody if you can? And I remembered that for the rest of my life, because I thought, you talk a big good game, but you would have gotten out of there. Here's why I go through this whole long story. When this card is inverted, there's something about your bravery that I'm not saying it's going to be an emergent situation like that. I'm not. What I am saying is that there is a call now for you to be truly brave. And that can be as simple as my enduring obsession and addiction to sugar. I am starting to really think of not having, ice cream at night as a brave act, right? Because I am saving my own life. I've finally gotten that extreme that I want to get rid of sugar in my life because it doesn't help my autoimmunes. It doesn't help anybody's autoimmunes. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad somebody likes my stories. Risa, you say they were traumatic memories, but honestly, when I got home that night, I had to go sit in the shower and rock for like an hour. But the next day I got up and I was all about my merry business. Because that's what I was trained to do. You get trained in emergent situations and you go on about your merry business. So I just feel like even I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it's an emergency. I have got to get rid of this sugar addiction. It's not helping my autoimmunes. And so I've now started to tell myself, well, you either want to save your own life or you don't. What is it you want to do, Bernadette? And so last night, I did not have any ice cream. When I go to Publix on one of my grand adventures to Publix this weekend, I am not going to buy any ice cream. I don't care if Ben & Jerry's is BOGO. I'm not buying it. I'm just not doing it. So that's the message for you two folks. Okay. Janelle, oh my God, how are you? Girl, did you marry that island boy? I've been following you. I know. Okay, so that's very kind of you, Lobby. Oh, I know I'm saying your name wrong. I just know. Okay. All right, let me scooter poop back up there and see. I am trying to hurry these things along. Who's getting waves of warmth and cold? Whoever that was. Okay. Ricky Pittman, I'm drawing a card for you. Oh, yes, I am. Linda! I know. I just put a whole bunch of hibiscus in my yard. Double blooms, coral color. Yes, I'm so Florida. Ricky Pittman, I'm drawing a card for you. And the first thing that I'm coming to me psychically is there some kind of something about your middle name or your dad's middle name? I just keep hearing something about middle name. And if we've talked about this before, you're welcome, Leslie. Great. Okay, cool. Does that resonate, Leslie, about the bravery thing? I hope so. I think that card was for you. Erna. Story, fire, explosions. We recently lost someone to suicide, blew up the house. Oh my gosh. And you've lost a lot of people. Okay, Erna, that's got to be why. I think you were the one that was wearing the orange hat. I'm like, I'm so hot up here. I'm so hot. That orange color that came to me easily could have been the forerunner of that. Easily could have been coming to. Yeah, okay. It is hard to break the habit of sugar, girl. Believe me, that my red hots, I can't. I don't even know. Okay, so oh, you're drinking hibiscus. Is there some kind of hibiscus thing going on right now? Somebody's got drinking Jasmine. Jasmine is drinking hibiscus tea. She got the flowers going all the way around. I love it. Yes, Ricky Pittman. So there's something about a middle name that's really important, Ricky. And I believe I'm being called from the world of spirit for you with somebody. And yeah, and I'm lighting up. I've got goosebumps. So wow. Something about a middle name. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what it's about, except for just to acknowledge from the other side. And I'm going to pull a card right now. Okay. So listen to this. Okay, what is this with the hibiscus? I'm missing out. I've never had hibiscus tea. I got to get it. Okay. Have a next try to. Excellent, Leslie. Okay, the struggle is real, girl. Okay, so Ricky, this is really interesting. So the centaur came for you upside down, but the voice that's talking to me in my head, which is a male energy, and keeps telling me, there we go. Okay, that's the connection. That's the connection to the middle name thing. So it's your dad, right? Because I'm like, it's a male energy. And there's also, Ricky, are you having, did your dad have, or are you having issues in your stomach? Because all of a sudden, when I really started to deeply step into your energy and connect the energy of your dad to your energy, my stomach went, ugh. So, Jessica Mallory, whoever you are, inbox me now for a reading. If you've been having a conversation with one of my people and that's legit, that's awesome. If you are trolling my channel, please don't do that. Please don't. But if it's genuine, do your thing. I'm not trying to call you out, but I've had enough with the trolls. So, interesting, the male voice that's talking to me, Ricky, told me to turn this card upright for you. And I was commanded to do that. I will. Thank you, sir. I've got you. I got your back. I got your daughter's back. And so, oh, hey, Tammy Sprinkle. Hey, honey. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I feel like, I feel like your dad is telling me to tell you enough. And what that means is, whatever this time is, and I don't know, so I hope I'm not calling you out, whatever this time of darkness that you've been going through is, it's over, it's done, that's it. You've turned the card around. You are being called to go with what a centaur is all about, an untamed nature, a spirit that runs wild and free, not to the detriment of others. But this card is also about master teacher. And I don't know, hey Lisa, I don't know what this is that you would be teaching. Okay, I do know. and I don't think you've ever thought of this, and I don't even know how this is going to hit you, but honestly, I see some years down the road, you being a master teacher of all things divination, particularly as it pertains to psychic and mediumship. And I don't know where you're at with that now. I don't know if you've left that by the wayside. I don't know if, I don't know. I don't even know. But there's something about you becoming a master teacher in the world of woo-woo that Daddy's telling me that you're being called to. And the other thing is, I feel like, Sharon Berner, I'm understanding you're here to solicit readings. Bounce, sister. If you're really a girl, I don't care who you are, bounce. Please don't do that. I wouldn't do that to your channel. I know you don't care. You wouldn't be up on my channel. But if you believe in any of this, in any reality, the very last thing you want is my group of wild ones sending you a gaggle of bees to your house, or black flies, or making cockroaches run rampant. Don't do that, because those things can happen. Yes, they can. And they will. So get off my channel. So I am feeling, Ricky Pittman, that I don't know why this would be either, but I'm feeling a move for you, like a physical move. Are you moving to another house, apartment? I don't know where you live. I don't know what you live in, but are you contemplating a move? And the other thing is, I feel like at some point you're going to be living near water. So I don't know if you live near water, right, Ricky? Okay. So Ricky, just chime in. There's something about a move in water, and I'm going to leave you with that real quick. I want to get on to some other readings, but Ricky, I really encourage you to learn everything you can about centaurs, because they're half human and they're half horse. And when you step into the symbolism of a horse, you want to talk about a free spirit, that's a free spirit. But you see, it also means travel, and it also means passion and sacred sexuality and all of that kind of thing. And I just feel like you're the darkness, whatever this, and I'm sorry, I didn't know you'd been through anything like that. But I feel like it. I live near a puddle. Me too, in my backyard. I just feel like you're coming out of that time into a time of great strength, and just great power and great passion. And man, I hope you step into that, because it will be the life that you've always wanted to lead, but have maybe been a little bit afraid to step into. So I'll leave you with that. Hey, Jim. Oh, that's nice. All right, let me see if I can get to you, Jim. Maureen, you live near the ocean. I'm coming to live with you. Okay. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Okay. I'm calling out. I don't know who this is. I don't know your name. But this card has come out again. It came out earlier, but when I asked just now in my head why the animal spirit guides are bringing it, they told me Raiders of the Lost Ark. And the name of my deck is the Ark. Dirt. Okay, but here's the thing about that. But moving has been discussed. Okay. How are you not going to move, but moving has been discussed? So you're not in the planning stages, but you are discussing it for a few reasons. And you've always wanted to live near the water, right? So let me just tell you, Ricky, you're going to move. I know you are. It's going to be the best thing you ever did. Even if it's 5 or 6 years from now, it's going to be the best thing you ever did. And I'm telling you, it's going to be near water. It's going to be near water. Telling you. Ooh, good, Raquel. I hope you do move towards the ocean. I will come with you. I'll come vacation at your house. So if somebody is out there listening to is it you, Hanal? Because here's what I was going to say. If you've got a thing, not like I like them, and maybe it's not even that I love you, but you've got a real thing for Raiders of the Lost Ark, and in particular that episode where they're like X marks the spot, and it's in the big library, and he goes clonk, and they lift that up. I need to know that's you. Okay, that's you, Hanal? Excellent. Okay, then this card is for you. So actually, Hanal, are you having stomach problems? I'm back again. When I left Ricky, the stomach problems stopped, but they started again. Shonda, how are you? Okay, y'all, I gotta say this. The next card goes to Shonda. She is the brother of my best friend from high school, or she's the sister of my best friend from high school. We were friends for a lot of years. He left this world too early. Shonda, the next card is for you, okay, honey? The next card is for you. Oh, I'm gonna get all choked up. Okay, so Hajinal, if you're having stomach problems, girl, you're a healer. I know you know what to do to get rid of it. So do that. And I'm being called that the Roadrunner was only to call you for the X marks the spot and the connection to the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies. And yeah, okay, great. Yeah, that you got to get rid of that in your stomach. That's not helping you. Really, really not helping you. Okay, Gabrielle is planning to move to Hawaii. Wonderful. I think we should do a retreat at Gabrielle's house. Okay. So, Hajinal, you've got the blue heron. Here's why I love these cards. These cards are all about sacred movement and sacred dance. And they are such positive omens. They are elegant and they are beautiful. And they are just all about knowing that you're making the right choices, knowing that you're moving in the right direction. And it's not even that it's right so much as it's beautiful and it's so good for you. And I do know you had a question recently about a job thing, but I don't know what this person does, and I don't know whatever. And I think you said something about you took it. I don't remember, but there's this card also means diplomacy. I won't go into all of that now, But I'm being told that your way of being diplomatic, your way of being communicating in that relationship and whatever you're doing with this other person, and actually it's in all relationships, is to show it, don't tell it. And what that means is, let's say that, well, when I did the manatee, when I swam with the manatees, right? Y'all, it's 24 degrees out there. I'm swimming with manatees in 24-degree weather. It was the best time of my life. And I climb into the boat, and it really, I didn't do any bit of shaking while I was there. It was crazy. It was like all the animal allies just made one pocket of warmth for us. It was nuts. But I hadn't been on that boat 2 seconds, and I was getting into they bring these big giant warming coats on. And I turned around to do something, and I just got handed a cup of hot chocolate. The guy didn't even ask. And I was like, oh my God, how did you, because they tell you at the beginning, they keep coffee and hot chocolate. And I never said anything, but I'm not a coffee drinker. I want to be, but I'm not. And I was like, how'd you know I like hot chocolate? And he said, you just look a hot chocolate person. It's that kind of thing. I didn't have to ask for it. He didn't have to announce. He didn't have to ask, would you like this? Would you like that? It's almost like you're going to know what people need before they need it. And for this maybe next 6 months, you're asked to dance with them with the elegance of the blue heron. And what that means is, instead of saying things to people this way, you say things to people with your actions. And please, I'm asking you to remember that. The animal allies are like, please tell her to remember, because actually what that's going to do is trigger even more opportunity for you that you don't even know yet. And it won't be opportunity like, oh, I'll be working for somebody else at a higher pay or this or that. 2 hibiscus tattoos. Okay, with the hibiscus tonight. I just feel very strongly from Blue Heron that whatever this is, however you go about showing it, not telling it, it's going to catapult you in your own career in ways that you just can't possibly imagine now. And I'm not being shown. So there you go. I will leave you with that. And I hope that you can take that. I hope it's helpful. Okay, Shonda, I'm going to pull a card for you, honey. I hope you're still on. Tell your mom and dad I said, hey, hope your dad is better. Now, let me just say, I haven't talked to Shonda in 35 years. I think I only talked to her maybe once or twice. She's a little sister of my great friend, her brother, who unfortunately left us too early. And I don't know anything about Shonda's life other than the 1 or 2 posts she posts every 6 months on Facebook, and I don't even hardly get to see those. So this is a for real reading. And here's what I did, Shonda. I asked Kenny if he would send a card for you, and he sent me the Wheel of Fortune, which is the bee card. So I don't know if you've got a special affinity for bees or honey. Oh my God, that's a hibiscus flower. I forgot we put a red hibiscus on this card. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Shonda, you're going to want to look up the meaning of hibiscus flower. That's going to be important to you. You're going to want to, bees, I don't know if they were important to you, but they're important to you now because the Wheel of Fortune is all about life cycles and karmic events. And having everything come full circle, and having things just be beautiful and just the way that you want them to be. And I feel also, Shonda, you haven't been laughing a lot lately. Yeah, 35 years, no joke, Jetta. Because I was in high school. I graduated high school in 1983, and she was the little sister of my good friend. Oh, the shenanigans. Oh, the shenanigans I got into with her brother. He always used to get me in trouble. I loved him, though, with all my heart. Let's be honest here, we used to get each other in trouble. Putting us together was like lighting 2 sticks of dynamite. We just fueled each other's fire like no other 2 people you ever saw in your life. We were dangerous. We really were. But Shonda, I feel like you haven't laughed a lot lately. And I'm being told by B, like I literally see this bee in my head smiling and giggling a little. I imagine that's how bees giggle, because that's what they're showing me. I know that looks so silly, but I swear, y'all, in my head I'm like for this bee. But the other thing about this bee, Shonda, is that it's got antennas, and like I know, I'm hot in my head again. Shonda, have you been having some fever or something? Or somebody in your family? Goodness gracious. You were born in 1983. Thanks, CC. Thank you. I was born in 1983 too. So, Emily, if wasps and bees scare you, Well, you're allergic, so that's never good. But you can also, I know it made me laugh too, right? Lobby. God, I don't know how to pronounce your name. But it made me laugh too because I'm still hearing it in my head. But you know, that could be your shadow animals, Emily. So you might want to look into doing some Emily Ackerson. You might want to look into doing some shadow work. But Shauna, coming back to you, uh, I know the only other person I know that I think you know in the woo woo space is Jake down in Ocala. Him and his wife, when they had their store. I think I'm not 100% for sure, so I don't really know how into all this woo woo you are, but when you see antennas like that, it's always a call for you to tap into your own psychic energy or into the divine. So maybe you're having a faith, a question going on in your spirit about faith. Maybe you are thinking, should I take a psychic development class or whatever? Yes, you should. And I think what you're going to find is that the sensitivity that you've always had, I'm being told you were really sensitive. I can't confirm that from, again, what little I know about you growing up being your brother's friend, but I feel like you're super sensitive. And now I do know that you're sensitive when it comes to your dogs. I totally get that. But there's another kind of sensitivity in you that you're being asked to embrace and understand that it's a strength that doesn't make you weak and it doesn't make people disrespect you. It actually, for people that have the eyes to see, they see how special you really are, because not everybody's like that. I mean, they're just not. Not everybody can maintain that sense of kindness and gentleness and sensitivity. So I hope that helps. I hope that's helpful to you. Um, I really, Janelle, I miss you too. I still got to hear about this dude, hottest guy on the planet. She's engaged to him. So, and he looks really nice too. So I'm going to leave you with that, Shonda. I really, really hope that was helpful. And I give a shout out to Kenny almost every day. So there you have it. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. Happiness readers. Let me tell you something. If you're legit, that's fine. But if you're one of the trolls on my channel, stop it right now. Just stop. And especially to my sister Angie Mayo, because she is truly my sister. And I will send a double flock, a double swarm. I'll send black flies and cockroaches. And I'll send, what are the murder hornets? Okay, not really murder, but I'll send hornets to your house. So just stop. Just stop. Okay. Hey, ayala la 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 la. You're not drawn to anybody on my channel. Get off my dang channel right now. Get off the channel. God, y'all just stop. Do not make me go all triple Scorpio. Just don't. You see how my face is changing right now? Here's why. Not because I'm mad. You can't do anything to me. But you're trying to jack with my people. You're trying to jack with the wild ones. And you're trying to jack with everybody who loves animals and wants to do good for animals. And you're just out there being a jerk. So quit. Okay. All right, I'm back. Ta-da! That's how it happens in triple Scorpio land. All right. Hey, if Adele, la 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 la, get off my channel. Hey, one of you mods, can you please ban the jackass from my channel, please? Thank you. Oh my God. Okay. If there's anybody out there, I really am, Katie. I'm not joking. They don't bother me. They can't do anything to me. They can spam my channel all day long. That's all they can do. And I work in the world of spirit. I absolutely trust the karma. You don't even have to be there to see that, to know that karma is going to get them. And I can just add fuel to the fire by sending the animals, and the animals will do what they want to do. But so listen. Oh, you're still engaged in? Thank you. If I don't get an invitation to your wedding with Hot Island Man, it will hurt. It will hurt my heart. Okay, listen. This is the craziest thing, y'all. Listen. If there's anybody out there that dreamed of being a showgirl in Vegas, or dreamed of being a showgirl, or maybe feel like you had a past life as a showgirl, like with the feather boas and the this or the that, or maybe you did a bunch of dance recitals, and for some reason you were always the person wearing the feather boa, or you might have just played a part in a show one time, but you had a feather boa. Restless Mermaid, is this you for real? Of course it is. Of course it is. Okay, y'all listen. So every time the emu card comes out for somebody, I don't even see it as what it's supposed to be. All I can hear is the Barry Manilow song. She was a showgirl. You know, her name was Lola. You know, that was 30 years ago when she used to have a show. Oh, Barry. I love you, Barry. It is, okay, Diana. I'm glad you're not a troll. I love that. Thank you for not being a troll. Oh, dang it. Okay, I thought I did, Jetta Joe. Sorry. Okay, so here's the thing. When I see this card come out for somebody, it, emus, they're really curious birds. All birds really are curious, when they get that thing going and they're looking at you like this, and they just want to watch every little move, especially ravens and crows. They are crazy at it. Owls don't care. They don't care about you one bit. Hawks and eagles, they're just trying to see, can they pick you up and take you and eat you for lunch. But emus are just such, I don't know, they're like this. I'm just seeing them do the shimmy, they're just shimmying. So when I see this card, yeah, again with the bird. Oh, that's right, with the birds. And you didn't like birds. So I have, I don't know, have a blue wrench by my name. I don't know what that means, Jetta, but this might be for you. It might be for you. Ooh, triple Scorpio. I see that, Susanna. So, your pug's name is Lola. You sing that song to her. Oh my God, Leslie, it's like Leslie night here. Okay, listen, here's what the story is with this. It seems like a joke, and it really kind of is, but, my practice is made of people who always wanted to be something, but they felt pressure from their folks to be something else, or their family, or their community, or they didn't feel confident enough. And it usually has to do with either like, it can be the sciences, it can be going on and being a doctor, right? I don't think I'm smart enough to even make it through PA school, or even to be a registered nurse. Or they really did want to be an artist of some kind, performing arts, visual arts, whatever. And they just didn't have the wherewithal to buck up against whatever system was kind of like holding them back, even if they were the system that was holding them back. So this is always a call that it's time to put on your feather boa. God knows I have a few of them. I wish I had one here right by my hand. I wish I'd have known this card was coming up, because I'd be like, yes, and then I'd be reaching for my tiara. But it really is a call for you to be a showgirl. What I mean by that is this. Whoever this is resonating with, there is something very much about you that's being called. And I mean that in a very spiritual way. Like preachers say, I got a calling, right? And a lot of us that do this work, we say we got a calling to do this, because y'all, I was in the entertainment business. What did I know from being a psychic medium? I was once upon a time like other people, that they thought people that did this were a little bit evil and a little bit occultish and a little bit weird, and you couldn't really believe it. And then I woke up one day, right? So I would say that it is your time to put on your show in all the very best ways, because whatever this is that you're called to do, that will be stepping out in public a little bit, that will be stepping out in front of an audience a little bit or a lot, you really are having a calling to do it. And so if things are like resonating with you, Ladybug taught me and the wild ones earlier in the year, listen, it's time to start connecting the dots, connect the dots, connect the dots. So if like how I bought this house that I'm in now, through my divorce and whatever a few years ago, was unicorns kept showing up everywhere, and I was mad. I was like, hey, listen, this is not Rainbow Bright time. I don't need unicorns from y'all. I need a for real animal that's going to for real show me how to for real get through this. I just need it. So stop enough with the rainbows and the unicorns. The house I bought sits right behind a community in Gainesville, Florida, called Forest of the Unicorns. No joke. The deal I got on this house, it's so perfect for me. And so, anyway, I won't go on with that, but it's like that. It's whatever you're supposed to be doing. Listen, stop. You're not drawn to anybody. Oh, la 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 walla walla infidel. Just move on, for God's sake. Move on, you schmuck. Okay, so you're being called to go out in public. And yes, I know that wasn't meant in love and light. There's no love and light for those people tonight. On another day, tomorrow, I'll probably feel badly about saying you schmuck. I probably will. But right now, I just want them to stop bothering you guys. This is why they call me Mama Bear. I don't care for myself, but it irks me that they're annoying you guys and taking your attention away from what you should be here to enjoy and relax and not have to be, treated like that, which is messages from spirit. So there you go. See, no, I can't bring, I can't find it in myself to apologize for calling that person a schmuck. I'll get there tomorrow, you guys. Okay, so we've got time for a few more readings. Let's see. Okay, I don't know why this is. This is hilarious. Oh, how do you find your spirit animal? That's a really good question, Dee Dee. So, Restless, I've been pushing away the YouTube channels and classes, and it's coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. Of course it is. So stop already and get started. Okay, listen. So Dee Dee brings up a good question, which is, how do you find your spirit animal? There are about a billion different ways. And for those of you that are just joining me, I do want to take 2 seconds. When I was downloaded with the job, I was given the job of creating the Arcanimal Tarot Oracle deck. I was downloaded with a new system for working with spirit, totem, and power animals, and that is this. Steph L. I'm drawn to you. Please DM me. Only $2.50. Okay, I don't know. Didn't I do a reading for you earlier? That can't possibly. Anyway, okay. So a spirit animal is the animal that comes to you in your time of need. It comes to give you, like Unicorn did for me, only I ignored it and was ugly to it. But it still stuck by my side every step of the way. And so you may have consciously asked the animal spirit guides to help you, support you, show you, guide you, give you some, love, inspire you, or your spirit may have cried out, and the animals are showing up from, because they're connected to you in your heart, and they might have shown up in an effort to help you, and you didn't even consciously do that. So how you find that animal is a variety of ways. You can, and there went an earring. You can consciously ask. You can do a ritual to ask them to show up. You can meditate on it. If you do lucid dreaming, you can ask them to come in your dreams. There's all kinds of things you can do to get your spirit animal to show up. But I will tell you this: it's really important that you're very clear with the animals, and you tell them what you need help with and what you want, because animals respond to specificity. They will respond specifically to specific intentions, and it's all about your intentions. Now, let's say you're trying to decide between 2 things. And let's say that you've, hey, Julie, that's funny. Let's say that you are trying to decide between 2 things. What you can ask them is that for whatever way you want to go, for the animals to show up that will make it very, very clear to you in ways that are very easy for you to understand which way is the best way for you. So we were talking about houses. Oh, okay. Thanks, Steph. I was like, really? Okay, good, honey. Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack. It's okay. You're funny. I like you. You're funny. So, let's say that you are thinking about moving, and let's say that you're thinking about getting a house or an apartment or whatever that's closer to water, but it might be a little pricier than a house that is not closer to water, which makes good sense, right? So let's say that you just start having, and let's say one is called Flamingo Bay, that's the one near the water, and the one that's not near the water is called, Into the Woods, okay, which is a play. But let's say it's called that. And let's say that trees and shrubs and just all these, fairy folk or like foresty kind of animals keep coming to you. You're going to know that that house is best for you for reasons that you don't even know yet that probably have absolutely nothing to do with money. Let's say that you keep seeing water-related animals or water-related things keep coming to you. Or you start finding money, or you all of a sudden you get a raise, or all of a sudden somebody gives you money, or all of a sudden something this, right? That is that's a call for you that's better for you. And whatever animal is showing up for you, that's your spirit animal of that particular, for instance. So I hope that helps. Hold on, I was going to deep dive for my earring. Dang, I really like these earrings. They're my fan dance. I look so alluring behind this fan. Oh, it's getting late. I cracked myself up. Okay. Hold on. Let me just. I know, Janelle, right? Love that song. Tom Jones in person. Just saying, right? We're never too old. He's never too old to be hot. He's never too old to be hot. Well, to a lot of people. I don't know why I'm drawn to this person. I'll know in just a second when I pull this card. If you're still on here, Camilla Melee, I'm murdering this name. I'm so sorry. But you wrote hibiscus flowers, blood pressure. You wrote that, and then you put a cute little hibiscus flower. Interesting. So the Lover's card has shown up for you, which in my deck is the Hoatzin. And like nobody has ever heard of this bird, except for maybe themselves and the scientists who study them. But they are indigenous to the rainforests, and they're called they're called the stink birds because they really do emit this awfully foul odor. But look at how majestic and beautiful they are. And again, with the cresting on top of the head, right? But the reason that they wanted to be the lovers is it's very much like the warthog is the Two of Cups in my deck. If you're going to love, you got to love somebody warts and all, and you got to love them even when love is stinky. And just the love, just the love that these birds have for each other and what they go through for each other and what they do for each other, it's pretty amazing. And I feel like person whose name I can't pronounce, but you said hibiscus flowers and blood pressure. Gosh, I hope you're still here. If not, this is for a number of you. It is about commitment, and it's about choices. And again, this is going to harken back to bravery and probably make me sound like my mom and my grandma, but I think it's, I watch this in business a lot. I have a lot of people that ask me questions about business. How do I start my own tarot deck? How did you get such a large following here? How did you do this? How did you do this? How did you do that? And I'm so very happy to share it with them. But my first question to them is always, are you in for a penny? Or are you in for a pound? Which one are you in for? Oh, I'm in. And, you know, I'll tell them a couple of things and then I'll watch them over a few months and then they're not in. Because when the going gets hard, they stop. When they've got to figure out something that they're unsure of or they're not confident that they can learn, they stop. And that's not how you succeed in anything. I know people that I come from, I'm not saying I come from nothing, right? I come from a great deal of love in my family, but we was po, y'all. We couldn't even afford the extra OR to be poor. We was just po. And I grew up in a trailer in the middle of the woods, no joke. I didn't have to walk 2 miles to school, you know, in the snow or up a mountain, but I did have to ride a bus for 55 minutes every morning down 8 miles of unpaved roads, potholes bouncing y'all around, and get up at 4:30 in the morning to make it to school on time. Yes, I grew up like that. So I know people like me that have done very well in business, people that are multimillionaires now because they were one thing and one thing only, relentless. And when you are, and I know parents are generally like that. It's the same kind of thing. You never give up on your children. You're always there for your children. You always do this. I always encourage people to think of this card because it's about love in all its forms. If it's business that you're interested in, if it is a relationship, a romantic relationship, maybe it's somebody in your family. Y'all, my heart broke over this past year. Just the amount of families and friends that were divided over the situation that shall not be mentioned. It was just craziness. It's just craziness. And this card is definitely a call for any of you that are going through that. There's a diviso between you and people that you care about. You know you still care about them. Be the bigger person. Take the higher road. And it's not even really about that. It's about, why do you want to deny yourself of that kind of love? Why do you want to do that? All kind of bridges can be healed. And Hudson is the one that tells you, make that commitment, right? Be committed. But that's in everything. Like for me, again, I told you I've gotten so drastic about my dang trying to kick my sugar habit, that I have literally been saying to myself, well, you either want to save your own life or you don't. That's harsh. That's truly harsh. But if that's what I had to do to put down that ice cream or chocolate, that's what I got to do. Right? Okay. That's the story, you guys. It's like the bravery story earlier. This is about for real commitment. And also, remember, you're somebody that you love. And that's it. That's it. I think this message is bigger for people about, I really think this is bigger about people with self-love. You've got to commit to that. Because without that, you know, and I have people tell me every day, oh, you know, I understand that, but I was put here to serve others. You can't serve somebody from a dry well. You can't. And maybe that's true. Maybe your sacred contract was you came back to earth with no care in the world for yourself, to always be the one who misses out, to always be the one who doesn't get, to always be the one who, but you're here just to serve. Maybe. I never second guess anybody else's sacred contract, but be sure it's a sacred contract and not just a psychological or an emotional thing. And I'll leave you with that. Okay. So in the time we have left, self-love, right? Whoop, whoop. Right? Right, Ricky? Right? Okay. Um, Alphanumerica. I haven't pulled a card for you yet. For real. Preach. Don't make me start singing hymns, because I'll be all. Y'all, I grew up in the South. I have been to. I spent the only churches I've really spent any time with were all my friends of color. Because who doesn't love that music, right? That's how I learned to sing. So that's how I learned what good barbecue was too. So and how to bake. But anyway, Alphanumerica. I don't think I've pulled a card for you, and I'm really drawn to you. Okay, bye, Ajanal. Oh, Ajanal's doing her live later on, so if you guys want to catch her, she's cool. She does really cool stuff. Plus, she looks it too. I mean, she just looks like a card reader. She's just so hip. I got to be that hip one day. But here's the thing. Alphanumerica 1. Again with the kissing and again with the love, right? So owl, but this is kissing owls, and this it's weird to me. Why am I saying it's weird to me? It's not weird to me. These cards showed up right back with each other. And when you take a look at what owl meanings are, you know, so many cultures associate them with a premonition of death. I don't. I've never had that in my reading practice. And it's, you know, owls are about being confident enough and brave enough to see in the shadows of your own, the shadows of the situation, the shadows of other people. It's about a time of moving silently. If you don't know this about owls, they can't, you know, other birds, you can hear them fly. You can hear them moving the wind and pushing the wind and that kind of thing, but you can't with owls. They can't be recorded. They've got an extra set of wings that have been adapted to be able to fly silently. And you just adopted owls. That's cool, Restless Mermaid. So yes, they do mate for life, I believe. Maybe not all types of them, but I'm pretty sure they do. And so the other thing about these kissing owls is, to us, it looks like they're kissing. And they very well may be. But they might just be trading worms or pieces of a mouse, right? Okay, disgusting but true. And when I see this card, it's always a call for me to say to the person that I'm reading for, your love is coming your way, whatever it is that you love. And it won't matter. It will only matter what you see about it. And if you see two owls kissing, even though, you know, people will call that anthropomorphism or whatever that is, you know, where we ascribe human emotions to animals. Okay. Prove to me they don't have emotions. There's a lot more proof out there that they do. And sad is sad and happy is happy. I don't care whether it's in us or them, or right, Amy? So, up close black vultures. They really are. They're my favorite birds. Okay, so I will tell you that no matter what anybody else thinks, that it's time for you to give a big smooch to whatever it is that you love and whoever it is that you love, including yourself. And I see this card when it comes to me for people, which I gotta say it really does. Whatever time you've moved past in romance that was a bad time for you in romance, whether it is with a partner, or you had a romance with a job or a dream or yourself or a pet, you know, an animal companion or whatever, that time is over. And you're moving into a time of just such great beauty and love and passion. And, you know, you're going to find the partner, the job, the passion, the animal companion, the place inside of yourself that, you know what, if you like fried pickles, those other people are going to like fried pickles. If you like, I grew up in for like 4 years in a Jewish family. Gefilte fish, not so much, not for me. You may find that one other person or people in your life or people at your job or whatever that love gefilte as much as you do. You guys can sit around and eat gefilte all day long. And it's just it's good news, darn it. And it's going to be beautiful and it's going to be romantic no matter what it is. So I hope you can take that. All right. So let me find just one or two more people. Aaron Marfangella. I think I have that right. Marfangella. Aaron Marfangella. I don't know why I'm drawn to you, but we're going to find out. I see your, I know you said self-love is hard for you, but no wonder. I was like, I'm seeing a lot of green around you. So I don't know if you're doing a lot of heart chakra work, or your favorite color is some hue of green, which I'd be more inclined to think it's some hue of green, maybe even a bluish green, but more to the green. I don't know if you're wearing green. I don't know if you've got a lot of green. I don't know, but green is a thing for you right now. Aaron Marfangella. And the card that has been drawn for you is the rabbit. And I want to eat this card. Aaron, do you have something to do with nutrition, or you're in the medical profession of some kind where you help people heal in some form or fashion? I'm really glad that helped you. Alpha Numeric One, I feel like if you're not in a healing profession, you should be, or you want to be. And that can mean anything. That can mean Western medicine. It can mean acupuncture. It can mean Reiki. It can mean distance healing. It can mean any of those things, but you're really a natural healer. And, you know, people talk about, you know, rabbits not being fierce, and they're just so gentle, and they're this and they're that. They are. But have you ever seen rabbits box? Have you ever seen two male rabbits go at it? Now, it's kind of like, you know, watching the Apple Dumpling Gang try to break into a bank, right? That Disney movie, the Apple Dumpling Gang. But it is, they mean it with all their heart. They're doing their very best. And so you're being called to do your very best to, I really do feel like there's a fuss of some kind that you're in, and you're feeling like just walking away from it. I'm not saying to stand up and fight like that. Don't throat punch somebody, but you do have to stand up for yourself and make it really known that even as gentle and sweet and kind as you are, and as much as they think that you are a pushover or you're an easy mark or whatever, you're not. And I'll tell you why. Rabbits are survivors. Between rabbits and rats and mice, they make up like 85% of the prey animals for all other animals in the forest. That's sad. So to save their species, they adapted. Rabbits build these elaborate tunnels, or there could be 50 ways to pop in or pop out. And the tunnels are only big enough that they can skitter in and skitter out. You know, rats have all these elaborate kind of things that are going on. I have just the greatest respect for them, because they are also recyclers. They'll take anything and build a nest out of it. It's amazing what you can find in the nest of a rat or a mouse. And they also adapted in that they breed in copious amounts, and a surprising amount of their babies live. So I would say that whatever this is that you're going through, is Seven of Pentacles teaches us you reap what you sow. Maybe that's it. The traditional Rider-Waite card of the Seven of Pentacles is that old boy standing there with the you know, with his shovel, and he's looking at all these pentacles climbing up this tree. And I said something about healing. Maybe there's something about healing that is for you, maybe with herbs or herbal things, any kind of herbs, wink, wink. And it's there. I'm telling you right now, and it's really good for you. But you do have to put a stop to the people that think you are weak, the way they might interpret rabbits as being weak, because they're not. And don't ever let them get a hold of you with those two little front teeth. Dang, it hurts. My sister did rabbit rescue for a long time. Her little dwarf rabbit would, this little beansy rabbit. I was like, nah. So there you go. I'll leave you with that. All right. So, wink, wink, Amy. So, oh, Lindsay, I watched a rabbit. Spring has sprung. Excellent. All right. So, I hope this has been helpful. I love doing this for you all. I thank you so much for caring about animals, tuning in, getting these messages. Other than the trolls, man, you guys are such a beautiful group of people, and I'm just so grateful. And you know, I'm always in my own forums, gatheringofmystics.com. It's free to register. There are no trolls on Gathering of Mystics, because I am fast with that ban button, and so are my moderators. And it's a really safe place. We don't have the nonsense that is on other social channels. That's exactly why I built it. And I'll be streaming live from there next week. Remember, I stream live in Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, in the mornings from 8 to 10, and then on Thursdays from 7 to 9. Please remember, my Kickstarter is coming up April 1st. I should get my approval link back from Kickstarter by the middle of next week. I'll drop it everywhere. You guys, thank you so much. Remember, there are two of the biggest things in life that are important. Do good for animals and stay wild. Thanks, everybody.